Hi, good evening, Corrie Thorne, spiritual healer. Oh, I don't know if that recorded. Hi, Corrie Thorne, spiritual healer. Just coming in to do all the channeled messages. So slowly making my way through. This is November the 1st, 2020. This one is going to be for Leo. Please remember, this is not a personal reading. To book that, down below is all the information. Also, if you're interested in a life of more than existing. This is my book through my healing journey. And I feel like for the Leo energy, I have some healing journey stories here for you and stepping into a life of more than existing. I feel like I have information about that somehow coming in for you today. So for my Leos, uh, this is not to replace your own personal free will and not replace any medical psychological advice you've been given, but I feel like you're being very affected by all of the moon energies that's happening. I feel like you're being very affected by the water season that we're in, Scorpio, and that I feel like for you, the Scorpio energy is affecting you somehow, Leo. And so the moon phases are a big part. And so I'm going to the moonology for you first. And something is telling me to choose the moonology. I have a lot of blue light energy around you, Leo. I feel like it's that sense of like you've been looking into somebody else's light or waiting for something, like giving your light to somebody else. And I feel like you've just been kind of playing it safe because it's like you're playing it safe because somebody else is a play it safe kind of person. You have a negative Nelly around you. Not all of you, because we're not doing a personal. So, Leo, I feel like there's someone who's more negative, not so kind of sweet, happy go lucky. And I feel like you've been kind of falling into that a little bit and defending that. Like, I feel like you're kind of defending that energy that's around you. It's like, oh, that's not what they're really like. That's not who they really are. Da 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 da. It's taking your flame and it's affecting your flame. And I feel like this is not working for you. And so step out of your comfort zone. We have the North Node here for you. And I feel like with this North Node, we're really making a shift and a move. And I also have a fiery climax approaches. And this is the full moon in Aries. And I have Aries so much in your energy here tonight as I'm pulling for the Leo. And I feel like that's what they're telling me is that, that Aries energy, that Emperor energy is trying to, as a fellow fire sign, I feel like you're kind of getting like look at what this look at what the other elements kind of can do to you. I know ground we can walk on, we can, it's like, but I feel like something is stopping the fire in the Leo energy. Something is slowing it down, something is holding it back. Aries had that a little bit too. And I have this between the shoulder blades, and I know this is where our plat, I think they call it our our cord. So our cord that connects us. So where we are connected into the universal energy and how the energy flows through us. I feel like something like it's like you're allowing the energy of somebody else's powerful energy, but not as healthy, bright, or as powerful as yours. Is kind of in like you're giving that of yourself. And it's like, but that's your energy. That's your light. And I always say this is also where our nubs are. I always say this is our angel wing nubs. So your angel wing nubs, your angel wing nubs are so trying to push out. So everything of who you are is trying to push out the daggers that you don't know somebody's putting into you. And it's trying to pull them out of your back. And it might not even be intentional. It's just that so it's trying to pull you out. Because I feel like they're like some people are afraid of you moving on, moving forward, or having to make some changes. So they're holding on, making you second guess yourself. And Leo, you never want to hurt anybody. So you're trying to be very nice. And the Aries is like this fiery climax approach. It's like something is coming up for you. And I'm going to go, you rarely ever see me go to the book, but with Moonology, it's very important to be connected to the book. And see, there's the blue that I have. Here's the blue energy that I keep telling you. So I have this blue energy. I have this different, like a higher ascension, like dimensional, and I feel like you function on a higher dimension than the people that are in your lives, and you keep trying to bring yourself back. So it's like you're like operating on a fifth dimension and they're operating like one or two, like one or two, and like the one or the three, and it's like they don't understand the parts of you that operate. I feel like for some of you, you may have been very sick. You may have, had things that made you awaken to your truth. You're very awakened, but you're very stuck. And so a personal issue reaches a resolution. I feel like it's like finding, not saying you all got to run away from your lives, but finding some sort of balance, some sort of open communication to be able to repair some of this or fix it, to know that you have to be all of you. And so we have a Cancer in here. So I told you water. Water is fixing you. So you have fiery Aries, you have Cancer right here, and I just feel like there's personal issues around Cancer. And as much as you connect, like as much as it's this connection with the Cancer energy, I just feel like it's like having to resolve some issues that are coming in. It's like you can't change some parts of who you are if they're your nature, but you can definitely change some other parts. But same thing I told Aries, you can't nurture insecurities. You can't fix that for people. And so as we go into, I really want to go to the North Node card for you. So I feel like that's tying to some of the past stories, some of how we are seeing life that doesn't align to you anymore, but you're still using it. Oh, let's see. Okay, so I guess we are going with the full moon in Aries because it's the place that keeps opening up in the book. And it was the present moment card for me. It was what's happening right now for you. And so it's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me, Leo. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little harsh or rash, gone too far or overstepping the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation, which means you can create your way out of it. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Be nice, be kind, and polite as you navigate your way to what you want. Being assertive is good. And see, and just don't ride, just don't ride rough roughshed over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way out. Don't be a baby. You need to have some fun. And so what I'm picking up is with this was that whole sense that like you really were like your light was being dulled is how all this comes in. Like you're really being dulled. You're being pushed. Like it's like you're trying to comfort somebody else's insecurities. And by comforting those, you have lost yourself. In losing yourself, what happens when Leo loses yourself? They get grumpy. They get they get pouty. They get all of that kind of energy. And so in between that, I feel like that's where the personal issues come in. And I feel like there's some big stories to be made. I feel like there's some fixing, some repairing, but I feel like you cannot give up your essence of you. It's so important for you to heal the unhealed essences, the unhealed wounds, so that you can move healthily into big, powerful Leo. You don't like to hurt anybody. You really don't. So hurting somebody also leaves you with a lot of like hurt upon yourself. So when you get angry and you're beat up on yourself, when you're angry at yourself, everyone knows the impact. Everybody gets the impact of this somehow. So stepping into our comfort. So I'm going back to my north nodes. I got to go back to the beginning card. It's like no, I can't go past it. It keeps coming up. Okay. So sorry, I had to pause. It is the last. So the North Node card that it keeps going back to is that this is actually the last card in the deck. So we've come to an end, I feel like. And so step out of your comfort zone. It's like things are coming to an end. You have a lot of shifts and changes. Like you don't want to let something go. You don't want to let a past go. You don't want to let something. I feel like this is really tied to a lot of relationship stuff. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the things that scare you within reason, of course. This card is all about living your purpose, which is possibly what you've been asked about, what you've asked about. If it's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction. to take action. So you're willing to follow through and lead the life you are incarnated to live. If you find the courage to make the leap, there's a chance you'll come to ask, what did I wait so long for? And so this is what I tell you, you're stubbornly stuck to something. And I only read the Moonology cards that way because they're pretty direct to what the message is. And this is Yasmin Bolin, Moonology. And they're not a card that I normally use in a reading. So I'm like, I want to stick to this. And so they do resonate to what I'm trying to do, the message that we have for you. And so you are affected by the moon phases. You're affected by energy. And sometimes we don't know that, but you're not living to your truest of truest truth. I feel like somebody else has been dulling your light, or somebody from the past has dulled your light. And it's like you keep kind of apologizing for being you, or you always apologize for being you. But that's affecting every other thing's happening in your life. And so, like I said, I'm not telling you jump out of relationships. I'm not telling you jump into relationships. I'm telling you to pay attention, because there's something that is about to be resolved, but you need to make a change. You need to follow your heart, and you need to know that what it is that you truly love and want, or the direction that you want to go, you can't please somebody else's insecurities to do it. You have to truly be true to you, but also not hurt people, because you're when you're frustrated, or when you don't get to do the healing work, when you don't get to be you, it will show itself, even though you don't think it do. So that too nice can also then be too stubborn. It can be too self-focused. It can be too brought in. You also have, so I feel like the Aries energy is really calling you out on what needs to be done. It's like that Aries is the emperor, and it's really coming up in that sense of just, you know, you may to need to move to get some help to be able to move beyond the fears, because the sacred temple, I'm telling you, there's a new life and new opportunities. Like your golden life that you're here to live, you're not able to live because you're trying to please somebody else from the past. Oh, sorry, that makes my camera go funny. You're trying to please somebody else from the past. You're caught in somebody else's story. It's not yours. You want a happy life? Get the professional assistance. Do the things that you need to do, whether it's sign contracts, whether it's to make a deal, whether it's to get full, like if you've been holding off on like a separation divorce for years, or just like fighting and battling over something, stop it. Let it go. Like kind of find some sort of settlement in everything. Settle for, but also because what's happening is that you're being held back. Something is holding you back from living your dream life. And I feel like you keep being held back, and it's somebody else around you, somebody else's fears, somebody else's story, somebody else's. And it's like, why is that still having such a hold on you? We want you to move forward. We want you to accept this beautiful sacred temple, stepping into that strong relationship with you. That whole, sometimes you don't want to be all about you, or you're trying to deny yourself, or you're trying not to be in your own energy. And you're being told that you need to be in your energy. You need to be with yourself. See, and they're waking the lion. And I feel like we're waking up those parts of you, those pieces of you that are like before you arrived. And I feel like with that, you're waking up the charted journey you're supposed to be on. And you're like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep going in that direction. And you're really moving forward with, and I keep getting the roots of abundance for you. And so I feel like it's like all of the stories that you had, all the experiences you had in the past, all that you had uh, been through. I feel like that's kind of like jet fuel for you as you move forward. And I feel like you've had opportunities for good life, or you have opportunities, and don't be afraid to step into them. Great and full. Okay, I feel like these cards. So this is somebody else's energy I got coming back in here. These are not your cards. These, Leo, are somebody else's cards that are coming in here. And I got that burst of magic. I got a silhouette of somebody that's like, somebody's kind of like, I feel like someone has like, there's some like karma connection or twin flame energy in here, someone who's been tied, connected. And I love the burst of magic. I feel like you're opening up, and but that close encounters, I feel like you've been tied to a story, tied to a past, tied to somebody else's energy. Someone has the magic over you. And sorry, this is not exactly as the cards mean in the book. This is what I'm getting. And so I feel like somebody's had this hold on you. And I feel like you've been filling up on somebody else's energy for long enough, Leo. And it's that you haven't actually been operating and running on Leo energy. You, I don't know whose energy you've been running on, but it's not fully yours. Take the deep breath. Take November to really look at the places where, you know what, I got to stop telling myself these lies. I got to stop being like very kind of offended kind of energy. And also, or feeling like it's okay, and pouty over the fact that, you know, you're not doing what needs to be done. And I feel like for you, a lot of Leos, you're going to be making some big changes. I do have some kids around Leo, and I'm going to go to pouty kids, like kids that are like just kind of trying to get their own way, or very like tired of this energy that's happening in the world. Be patient with the children in the world. Be patient with the child inside of you. Be patient with the children in your life. Be patient with children. I feel like children are very much rely on Leo, because Leo energy has that really good sense of being good with the kids, love being in the pride, love being in the pack. And I just feel like they need you right now. And I feel like in that, it's like that's where you're going to get your biggest healing, is returning to the innocence, to see yourself back to that whole childhood energy. And um and i and I feel like there's a child here somewhere, and this could be a very personal story, a child who really needs a lot of nurturing. Could be a Leo child. It could be a Leo child that just needs like extra love right now. Needs some help in other areas. Don't see their flame. Don't see, not fully. I just see like they're sitting in the corner licking their wounds, and needs a fresh start, or needs someone to help them get their into their story. And see, I have waking the lion again. So I'm validating here now as I picked up that story. So I just feel like be patient with kids, take time to talk to them, take time to be with them, take time to heal the inner child story within you. And I also have it is what it is. And that's exactly it. It is what it is. You can't take back the past. You can't go back in time. It is what it is. Here's a storyteller. Time to start. This is blank pages. Time to be able to start writing a new story. And here's your line again. And I feel like with this card, like this is we have a lot of emotional stories. So sacral, solar plex healing, emotional stories, umbilical cord, back to the mama, like mom stories, grandma stories, but very much mom story linked. Um, and I just feel like for some of you, there's a lot of like extra, like really close relationships with mom. I also have a sense of with like you're getting laser focused, like you're coming in for the like lines coming in for that like in for the attack when needed be. In the still time, I feel like you're going to get laser focused on what it is that you want, what it is, where it is you want to go, and doing the heart healing that needs to happen right now as you move into a full heart healing time in November, and finally taking time to heal your heart, to do the things that make you happy, and to be fulfilled in ways that you didn't know was possible. So as we go through this energy, I invite you to just sit with your heart, lay your hand up on your heart, feel your heartbeat, feel for yourself, feel for others, and know just, how would I want to be treated? That's how I'm going to treat others, and how you would treat others, treat yourself like this as well. Kindness goes a long way. I feel like kindness all the way around, respect goes a long way. And I feel like as this month continues, you're going to find a whole nother level of love, compassion, and kindness for yourself and for those around you. Much love. Have a wonderful November, and I wish you much luck. Bye bye.